Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, December 23rd, 2022. My goodness. Today we're pulling from the Gilded Tarot cards. So we have the Three of Cups, so we're literally on the brink of, we have Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. Maybe there's other celebrations that I'm not aware of. So it's like we're this cup of celebration. So it's like you're never going to get this moment back in time. Let's make the most of it. Talking about the combination of elements, could be combination of chakras here, but it's just like, let's celebrate with a cup of cheer. Let's have a great time. Fill each other's cup. We have the Nine of Wands. And it's just like you see, like usually this is like establishing boundaries. And I feel like it's like you're painting yourself into this self-imposed emotional prison. Your head is down. They're showing the one from the astrology answers. I feel like a lot of cards show that kind of like imagery where we're trying to protect ourselves because we're in fear of stepping out past our comfort zone of what will be past that. And that's the biggest thing that holds us back is fear. It's like, what about if they don't like it? What about if they say no? And it's like, yeah, they say no, then let's keep trying. One thing, I remember what Jean said to me, he goes, you're really determined. I'm like, yeah, because I don't, if I don't like an answer, I'll look for another one. It's like, I will find a way to get through this situation. I will find an answer, so it's like, I may not have it now, but I eventually will have it. That's what I feel like with this Nine of Wands. So I feel like it's just like, how can we find a solution? It's a learning lesson here. We have the Eight of Wands, something coming out of the blue. And I feel like this is like where where universe is like, if they bring you something with determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. I feel like this is something you've been working towards. So this is like an answered, we've been getting that like star, like answered manifestation. So it's like something you've asked for, but you're going to have to work for this. They were showing, again, that social media platform. I feel like it's going to be kind of like MySpace because they're showing like a page with lots of photos. There's writing on it. So it's like Facebook, but like it looks like a MySpace layout. So I don't know if this is what they were talking about, that social media platform. I feel like you will get a presence on here. I feel, like myself, it's like I'm a healer. So, I post dailies. I post little snippets on TikTok. And I share them to all platforms. You know what I mean? So it's just like, anyone that knows that has an account on TikTok, if you want to gain a following and want to have, get people coming in for readings and stuff or sales, you know what I mean? If you're selling stuff, it's like you got to post constantly. You got to show feedback. You got to do like deals and stuff like that. Unfortunately for myself, it's just I've been so busy I can't do anything more because it's just like I'm very blessed that way where with the waiting list and everything, it's just, I wish I could do lives again and all that stuff. It's just life is so busy. I don't have, an inch to give anymore. It's just like, even on my days off, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I want to fall on the floor. It's just, running around doing errands and stuff. So it's just like, got to find a better way of doing things so I can get the rest that I need so I can be, that 100% for the next week, So I feel like, something's coming out of the blue here, but it's going to take work for you to be successful with this. So don't let that deter you. Sit there and do the best you can every single time and you will be successful. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So that's like the deceit is over. You know what I mean? You're taking off the blinders and you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to sit there and instead of painting myself into this emotional corner, instead of feeding into the shadow side, yeah, you're saying that I'm useless. Yes, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. No, I would sit there and I would say like, oh my gosh, you're watching, Wentworth and you haven't done any, anything. You've just been sitting here for hours and days, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I forget that I worked the whole Christmas break. Like, I went to my mom's house. The next day I had a reading and then it was it always happens like that. One reading happens and then there's like 10 behind, which is a blessing. But it's just like, you forget about all that and you hear the word lazy and it's like, I'm not lazy. Like, I sat there and I did this, and I did this. And it's like being your own best friend. It's like, I'm not lazy. I have one day down to myself. Thank God. I needed that day. I needed a day of rest. I slept in. I've just been chilling the whole day. Who cares? It's like, that's what you needed. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what? Being restful is more productive than pushing yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, take the rest that you need, let your body recover, so that way you can be 110% the next day, We have the Seven of Cups. So again, manifestation, vision board, and this again going with that, answer to manifestations. But I feel like, don't forget to dream. Don't forget to dare. Like, even though your life looks like a certain way right now, does not mean it'll look like that forever. I literally said that at the beginning of March last year, around February, because like things changed for March. But I'm like, we were heading into March, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to bring more income in? And then I got an opportunity, and, I wanted to quit because I was just like, there's no way I'm passing this test. I suck at tests. I hate being under pressure is the worst for me. But, I just sat there and I just, I pushed through and I got a really good mark and I ended up getting it. So I'm just like, if I had given up, I wouldn't be almost a year here now. So it's just like, even when you're fearful of that, it's like, it's just like push yourself. I still push myself, because we're all marked, like ranked. And it's like, I always want to be X, you know what I mean? My mark was this because we get graded on our calls. It's like, I want to be better than that. Like next week, I want to be better than that. It's like, so it's just like, it's not about anyone else. It's just me. It's just like how I hold myself to that regard. Like, it's just, I always want to be the best I can be, so it's just like, when I feel like the Seven of Cups, it's like, they have a castle. So maybe you want a bigger home. Maybe you want a vacation home. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe, who knows what the castle would mean to you. We have the dragons. We have the snakes. So it's like maybe a pet. Like, I like dragons. I'm not a fan of the snakes, but my girlfriend is, so I don't want to sit there and run down snakes. But you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, I'll watch from a distance. I'm intrigued, but I just don't want to hold them. I don't want to hurt the poor thing. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this collaboration, I feel like this could be like within your home dynamic, like you're able to make things happen because you all have like the same kind of work ethic and mentality to make things happen, We have the Four of Pentacles. So regarding the home, it's like fear, worry, and doubt. We're so fearful of something happening that we're holding it close to our chest. Like, with our kids, we hold them tightly because we understand they have to grow and become, productive human beings and X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, it's like you try to protect them from certain scenarios because you're just like, I don't want them to make the same mistakes I did. Or it's like a different climate now. Like, recreational drugs isn't what it used to be. Now fentanyl's and everything. You know what I mean? You just touch this stuff, you're done. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you got to be really on top of things like nowadays as a parent, or even as an adult, It's just like you got to watch what's going on around you. Be more observant. Kick that habit, So we have the moon. Balance is being restored. We get the first full moon, January 6th. Nothing can hide under the light of the moon. So, with this deceit, like, how are you deceiving yourself? Maybe you're putting yourself down. Maybe you're telling yourself you're not good enough. You're not worthy enough that you'll never, change the narrative, I think, people call, that you won't take no for an answer as being stubborn. It's like, no, I know that I can accomplish this. I just need to find the right person. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's people stifling you. I feel like balance will be restored in that. The 6th. The retrograde is supposed to be done on the 12th is what they showed me. So, yeah, you're almost on the brink of it ending. So just be kind to yourself, take it easy. With me, if I'm going through it, I keep, I've been exhausted. So it's just like I keep to myself because I don't want to bring anyone's mood down. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be negative. Like, oh, I'm so tired. It's like, people get sick of hearing that, so it's just like, I'll just keep to myself. I'm so tired. I don't even want to watch TikTok. It's just it's just my arms are just like, ugh. I'm taking this recovery amino, but it's worked. Like, I feel a lot better than I did for a couple of days ago, but it's just like, I fell last night and I'm just like, things hurt. It's just like, oh my gosh. But it's just like, keep persevering, keep pushing forward. There's something coming in here that's about to spring you forward. Don't let fear worry you down. Be fearless. Do what you feel like is right. So the Three of Cups, being surrounded by those who give you happiness, simple pleasures. Isn't that like the most, most priceless thing is sitting around a table of people you love and having a good time and laughing and, that's what it's about. So 9 of Wands, you are caught unaware by failure. Things do not turn out as you planned. Learn from this situation and resume the battle. So, one thing they were showing is like kind of building up this scenario in your head or misreading a situation. I felt like romantically, maybe you thought things that meant they liked you. It was just like they're just a kind-hearted person. You know what I mean? I get that sometimes. I like smile, or I look like all the time. You look at the person's car, like I love like the older cars. And I'm just like, you look at the car and then the woman's like, in your dreams. I'm like, what? And it's just like, oh, you want my man. I'm like, I'm looking at the car. I'm literally looking at the car. I didn't even notice you or your man. I'm looking at your car. I don't care about you guys. Like, no offense. You know what I mean? But it's just like, or if you're kind to someone, they think that you're hitting on them. It's just like, eh. Like I used to call everybody hun, and then, someone took it as like, it was a green light to, be romantically involved. And I'm like, no, I'm just being kind. So it's just like, it's just crazy. It's just, you got to watch what you say and watch what you do nowadays. Like, it's like it can get misinterpreted, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like in that situation, it's like lesson learned, where it's just like, okay, maybe the things that I thought I saw or the things that I thought meant a green light weren't, you know what I mean? So it's just like, got to learn from that situation. You know what I mean? Maybe you jumped into something you thought was, going to be fabulous, and you're just like, oh, maybe I should learn not to jump into things so quickly. You know what I mean? I didn't really think of this situation through. We have the 8 of Wands. This is where I say something's coming out of the blue. For some people, this could literally be like Cupid's arrow, true love, someone coming out of the blue. This could be someone from the past. Like we've been getting that a lot. Someone from the past is going to come up here and maybe like they were in a relationship when you were single, then you were in a relationship and they were single. So maybe now the timing is right. You both have grown. You both have changed. Like where Spirit said, take your time. Don't rush nothing. Let's see how it unfolds. Events set in motion are moving speedily to their exorable conclusion. So it's just like we're heading towards something that it's going to be phenomenal. We have the 7 of Swords. So this is where in reverse though. So the deceit is over. We're taking off the wool off of our eyes. We're seeing things for how they are. Sometimes people are good at that. They try to paint a narrative. So interprets behavior with dire consequences, theft. I feel like this is like deceiving ourselves, especially with this 9 of Wands, where it's just like, this emotional self-presence. So I feel like it could be we're deceiving ourselves. It could be maybe someone is trying to paint you into this emotional corner. They're trying to gaslight you. Oh, you're this, you're this, you're this, And it's like, changing the narrative. They're the ones behaving poorly, but they're trying to change it, where they say it's you. So going to the 7 Cups, facing many choices, opportunities, and dreams. And this is what I feel like, vision board, that's something I was like, oh, got to get on that. Got to start putting everything together. I just like to take my time and, put on music and stuff like that. And just have, like I used to do when I was younger. I would go in my room and I would draw for hours, put on music, and just get lost in the moment. It's like you can turn off your brain and just be creative. I love it. So I feel like it's just like, especially the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands right there. It's just like, a dawn of a new day. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's like knockings of things like, with them double taxing in Canada. I'm sure they're doing that all around the world. And it's just like, you guys, like, when is this going to stop? Like, you know what I mean? Like literally double for snow removal this year. It's like, 15 for gas and 15 for removing the snow. I'm like, are you stupid? Like, what kind of mathematics is that? Having good skills and something that gives you pleasure and satisfaction. Earning a living doing what you like and are good at it. And I feel like this is where your healing practice is. So if you're a healer, if you're someone that does something like with your hands. So like they're showing, I know one person I work with, she makes all these cute, like she's making Christmas ornaments and all these amazing things. And I was just like, wow, that is so cool. Like she was showing us all the cute things she was doing. And I'm like, that's so amazing, And, one girlfriend I know makes tumblers. And so she's showing all the different tumblers that she had, she made, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, that kind of thing on display. I just feel like I like a world market is what they're saying. So I feel like it's going to be like a world platform. You know what I mean? So it's like all over the world. That's the thing when you ship goods. It's like, you know, it gets a little tricky with the shipping because it's like you ship, you know, across the world. It's like $20 and it's like, ugh, is it, you know what I mean? Is it even worth paying $20 to have something shipped all across the world, you know? So you limit your base, your customer base. So we go to the Four of Pentacles. Conserving resources, saving for something you want or need, holding tight to what you have, perhaps greediness. You know, sometimes it's like, you know, it's like, you know, they're showing Van Diesel in one of the Fast and Furious movies. It's like money can come and go, but, you know, family lasts forever. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. But they're showing greedy. I feel like purposely withholding things because like that's just who they are. You know what I mean? And it's like, you shouldn't be doing that because, like, you don't know how that could change someone's life. You know, purposely deceiving people, purposely holding back, you know what I mean? Do what they can because they're greedy. I can understand that because they're showing me a certain scenario. I'm not going to talk about it, but, you know, it's just like, you know, I understand where they're coming from, but also with the Four, I feel like this is, like, internal battle. Like I said, like, especially with a kid scenario, it's like you're trying to protect your kids, like I say, like, you know, street drugs ain't the same like it used to be, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, you got to sit there and be very vigilant with your kids and be like, you know, that's not the way to go, for one, because it just leads down a path you don't want to be a part of, you know what I mean? Like, what is causing that? What is it that it entices you to go towards that? Yeah, it's curiosity for the most part. We think we're invincible and Superman, but it's just like, no, you know, you don't know, like they're saying rat poison, you know, like you don't know what the heck you're taking. So our last card is the Moon. So restoring that balance, you know what I mean, in our life. I feel like because retrograde will be coming to an end, so it's restoring that balance in. It's like, you know, reestablishing boundaries, calling back in your tribe. So maybe you reconnect with people over the holidays and it's like now you're, you know, rebuilding that. It's like the beginning of the year and it's just like, you know, what we're going to make this year about. Depending what calendar you go by, because the, you know, the new year for us was in September. So it's just like, what do you make of this year? What do you want? Like, you know, so it's just like, what changes do you want to bring in? Big or small? It's just like, you never know. Like me, I always put my faith at the very top in my kids and what we want and, you know what I mean? And then it's just like the things that I would like, I put on there, but it's just like, you know, my faith is the biggest thing. You know, put my spirituality there, healing practices, the things that we want, you know, we keep putting on there, you know, it's like big or small. That's why I feel like this arrow's coming in. I'm not sure what this is, but it's just like, you know, something's coming in here where it's just going to change things for the better. You know what I mean? And it's just like believing, you know, even in the moments that suck, it's just like, you know what, if this is only a temporary situation, I'm not going to make permanent decisions out of temporary emotions, you know, find something, do something that will sit there and change that energy so you can put yourself in a positive energy and a positive perspective. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, December 23rd, 2022. May the universe bless you good. Have a happy safe and happy holiday. We'll see you guys for the next one.